Good morning. It's a pretty miserable day out. It's still raining. You can probably hear it. It's not raining that hard, but the wind, you can hear the wind on the trees. Not ideal, so not too happy about this, but it is what it is, you know. All right, I'm all packed up, except for my tent. Whenever my tent's wet, I never pack it up. I just chuck it in the canoe loose and take it out as soon as I can and hang it up to dry. So yeah, I'm gonna load up the canoe. Canoe's through that track around there, and it's parked up just through there. Look how much water's in the canoe. So in Canada, when you're paddling a river and you come up to a hydro dam, you might be in luck, because the dam staff are actually obliged to help you portage around it. Why? Well, it comes down to safety and legal requirements. Many hydro dams are built on waterways that have historically been used for travel, whether by indigenous peoples, fur traders, or modern day paddlers. And because of that, Canadian law requires that safe passage be maintained. So most companies have designated portage routes, and in some cases, their staff are actually responsible for helping paddlers move their canoe and their gear around the dam. Through word of mouth, my understanding is they have to help you every time. But I could be wrong there, as the level of assistance obviously varies. Sometimes it's as simple as pointing you in the right path, and other times they may help you physically transport your canoe. So if you find yourself at a dam, don't be shy and give them a call, because it's not just a courtesy. In many places, it's part of their job.
So I think the portage route you're looking for is on the west side or the opposite shore of the generating station here.
Okay, but where would you meet me? At the water's edge?
No, we don't meet. We won't be able to meet you there.
So where do you meet me? At just as far as you can get the car?
It is not mandatory, and we don't have the staff to do it right now at Pointe du Bois.
Oh, my understanding is that it's that Hydro's obliged to do it. That they have to do it.
Okay. So I think on that west side, I don't know if it's like that might have a quad, maybe you could like. And I will make sure that someone either after Slate Falls, like we could take you down the road right to Pointe du Bois. But
how much water are you guys letting through at the moment? Like, is it going to be pretty? Is it quite a lot? Is it more than normal?
It's quite a lot. We are spilling right now, and we have all available generators running, and we're spilling.
Right. So it's kind of like max power.
Yeah. I'll do my best to get a quad down.
Okay, appreciate that.
Okay.
Appreciate.
I'm here all day till 4:15.
Okay, appreciate that, Grant. Thanks. Well, you heard that. It's funny because all the way along, Hydro have to help you. So it's kind of interesting. Each one you get to is just slightly different. You know, they're like, oh, well, I can help you, but you're going to have to do this and this and this first. But anyway, sounds like he's going to do his best to help out. So the best thing I can do is just keep moving forward. So.
Yep. Okay. We're gonna help you out here. And
cool.
If we got to, we'll take you a little bit of a ride down the road to. There's a few spots upstream of Pointe du Bois, and we'll wait to hear from you when you're closer here.
You've heard most of the conversation that I've had with Hydro. He doesn't quite know the formalities of it all, but he's basically said, look, we're not going to leave you there. We're going to help you out. So yeah, on my way there. It should be 7 miles from where I am. So I'd say I need a portage around Sturgeon Falls. So that's going to add a bit of time. So I don't know, maybe 3.5, 4 hours from now. Whoa. Just went over a shallow rock. So yeah, I should get there somewhere around 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'd say. All right, that's Sturgeon Falls in front of me. And it is moving good, but yeah, there's no way I can go through there, of course. But yeah, compared to that video that I saw, it's pretty tame. All right, so I've just pulled up here at Sturgeon Falls, as you can see. But I'm gonna walk I'm gonna unload here, get all of my gear, and walk it around to the other side. So let's get into it. Coming in, I said it's looking pretty tame, but I didn't see this front part. I only saw the back end. But yeah, that does not look tame. And I don't think this GoPro does it justice. All right, so that was 4 trips with my gear. That's not including my canoe. So with the canoe, I'm just about to go get the canoe. That'll be 5 trips. So, you know, like I could have packed a bit more tidy, and I think I would have done it in 3 if I had just packed it a bit better. But because this is only about 150, maybe 200 meter portage, it just didn't bother me. I could either spend the time there packing it properly, or spend the time just doing one extra portage, 150, 200 meters, which is what I went with. Just thinking, this will be the second time on the whole trip, only the second time that I've had to portage properly. But the first time was carrying the canoe over Bighorn Dam on like day 3, I think that was, day 3 of the whole trip. This will be the second time, 2,500 kilometers later. Portage number 2. Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. It's got a lot of water. Yeah. There we go. I need to see where I'm going. I found getting it off is almost harder than putting it on. Did it. Portage 2, done. Alright, so I'm just paddling away from Sturgeon Falls, and I am 5.5 miles to Slave Falls, where I'm going to be meeting Hydro. they're going to help me portage around the dam. Okay, and after Sturgeon Falls is Numao Lake, N-U-M-A-O. I think it's pronounced Numao. And I'm about halfway across that now. And then I need to get through Scott's Rapids, which I don't really know anything about. And then once I get there, it should be about 3.5 miles, I'd say, to get to Slave Falls Dam. This is what they mean about the Canadian Shield. From now on, this is what it's going to be like. Rocks. Rocks and rocks. I was on the other side, but I crossed over because according to the map, if I do have to portage around Scott's Rapids, this left side on the map just looked much easier. And now that I'm here, I'm glad I did, because you can see on the right side there, there's not much of a cliff, but still it's a cliff. Okay, I'm just going to pull in here and take a walk around and see what it looks like. Make sure there's no bears around. Bears, I'm here. I might just try to walk it round rather than portage across. I think it's moving too fast for me to try to paddle. It's pretty slippery. I'm trying to be pretty careful. No, you don't. No, you don't. If I do this, maybe. Nope. The problem is every time I try to push it forward, that water pushes the nose, pushes the bow out. So it's almost like I need to shove it forward and then run over there to stop it. Alright, let's just try something. I need to get the ass that way and then forward. Ass that way, forward. Keep the nose against the rock and forward. No. No, 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 no. There. And forward. Now if I... Oh. Oh, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. No, it's, I have to do it the hard way. I have to do it the hard way, but thank you. Alright, I've just got through the first little bit of Scott's Rapids, but there's another little bit here. It's just started to rain. And I don't know if I have to get out here or if I can paddle around. Not too sure, but I should just get out and double check it's the right thing to do. The guy there in the boat, he saw me pull around into, he saw me just pulling the canoe around that corner. Once again, Canadians, you know, just It's always offering to be nice, offering their help. But I signed up to paddle, so I had to say no. Alright, so I'm pretty good all the way around here till I get there. And then looks like I'll have to pull it around that corner. Alright, I'll check it out here now. Nice little whirlpools. You know, it's almost easier when you clearly just have to portage, and then it's like an easy decision made, you know? But when it looks like this, I can obviously pull the canoe around, and I mean, it's not much, it's nothing. But for me, on my own, I can get the canoe to here, but then how do I get it that last, oh, maybe I'll be able to pull it around here into this little mini eddy. You know, like if there was somebody standing over there on that point with the line, I can guide it, they just pulling it forward, easy job. But on my own, it's just a little bit trickier to try to do those two jobs at once, to keep it all straight and to keep moving forward. But I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to be really careful. Keep it really close into this rock face. No. Now I just tried to go through there, but the nose got caught, and that's really slippery, and I almost, well, I don't want to say I almost went in, but I had to ease the line. Otherwise I was going to take the full weight of that and then maybe lose my footing. So it's not ideal to be pulling my canoe over this rock, but that's what I'm going to do. It's the safest way. I've sort of committed this far, so I kind of yeah, there's a bit of water here, so it's not completely dry rock. That's the worst of it. Done. This part should be easy. All right, we're back. So that should be the last area of concern before getting to Slave Falls. There shouldn't be any more, except for the dam itself. So when I spoke to Grant this morning, you heard that conversation. He said at the moment they have all the turbines running, as well as the slipway. If you don't know what a slipway is, it's basically they're just releasing water. They're producing power, they're doing maximum power right now, so maximum water coming through the turbines. And then they've also got so much water that they're just letting water through and not creating power from it. So that's why the river is running much stronger lately. So it'll be interesting to see when, like, the closer we get to the dam, is the current going to pick up more and more. Also where he said he's going to meet, because he's going to help portage around the dam, where he said he would meet is past the dam. So that means I'd have to somehow get through all the water that they're producing. Just going through a tough spot right now. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see if I can actually get to the spot that he is asking me to get to. So we'll soon see.
Woohoo! This is dramatic. Whoa! How amazing is this? Every couple of minutes, just gotta bail some water out. Haha! Woohoo! I'm loving this. This is cool. Thunder. 3, 2, 1, now!
That was really, really cool. I enjoyed being in that. There's something about rain when there's no wind, you know? Add wind to that, that would have been terrible. I would have hated it. But when it's calm and the rain's just coming pretty much straight down, and it's not icy cold, I don't know, there's something about it. Kind of something healing about it almost. Yeah, that was cool. So there's no cell reception here where I am. So I've had to use my Garmin to message Donnie. So I've messaged Donnie to call the dam, to call Grant and tell him that I'm not far away. So he's done that. So Grant should be expecting me any minute.
Are you heading where to?
Montreal.
Always also back to Montreal?
No, I started in the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, you're going to Montreal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a journey.
It is. You catching anything?
No. Not the weather for it. I had a few bites.
Yeah. Oh, good luck. There's the dam up there. It's kind of hard to see through the rain, but there it is. The guy at Hydro told me that there's a boat launch around here, and he said that would be the easiest. So that means paddling past the station that's pumping out a lot of water right now, and also paddling past all of these signs saying danger, danger, warning. So I don't know if he should have told me to do that, to be honest. Warning sign right there. Warning, dam ahead. Water levels and flow may change. So apparently here is a portage, but I didn't see any track. It's meant to be maintained by parks or something, but there's no obvious track, not that I can see so far. And he's basically said that they're not, well, he never said no, he said he'd look into getting a quad down to help, but by the looks of things I can't even see a track. So I'll keep nudging forward towards the area that he said, but I don't know. This is where he told me, but honestly it doesn't feel overly safe at the moment, but I'm just hugging this shoreline, just creeping forward. I'm really surprised that he told me to do this. I don't know why, I thought that'd be all over like safety, you know, and it doesn't feel right to me. Just got a bad feeling. Just got an uncomfortable feeling in my stomach about it. So I'm going back to the point. There was a sign there that said portage, which that's where he told me to go originally. When I first spoke to him, he said, yeah, that's the pickup point. He said, but you're going to have to walk a long way. I said, well, aren't you meant to be helping me? Like, isn't that your procedure? Didn't get it on camera, but I just freaking tripped up getting out of the canoe. Just fell on my face. Really hurt. A few cuts on my hand now. Anyway, I need to find this track. This is ridiculous. Pretty much every finger's got a little bit of skin taken off it. Anyway, it's not much of a track, but I think this is it. So let's get unloaded. All right, here we go. Not too bad, you?
Good, good. I hear you need some help here.
Yeah, you're not going to get that far with that though. There's a few logs.
Is there? Okay.
A few logs are falling over.
You want to just shuttle that stuff back? Like, are you, like, do you want to ride to point, or what's your thoughts here?
Grant told me that there's nobody at point that's going to help me.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, yeah, I'd have to go the other side of...
You jump on there and we'll turn around here?
I got like 3 more loads. I don't know, I was just thinking, should we just bring everything here for now?
Sure.
Good enough spot. How far is it from here to a vehicle?
It's just a 2-minute quad ride.
Oh yeah.
It's very quick.
Alright, well this will be a good spot here then.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I saw you. How was looked pretty rough out there.
Yeah.
Like, cause we were at the boat launch there on the bottom there.
Yeah.
And looked like you were getting thrown around quite a bit there.
Oh, I was okay where I was, but looking forward, it was getting worse. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I would have had to cross it.
Yeah.
Oh,
you alright?
yeah. So, my both my batteries on my GoPro died. I'll start that again. Wait a minute. No, this is terrible. I'm gonna clean the lens. Let's try that again. So, I arrived at Slave Falls, and Hydro came. They helped me out. It was probably about a 1 kilometer portage, so I'm glad I got some help there from Mac. I am now at Eagles Landing, and the guys at Slave Falls, the Hydro at Slave Falls, they actually just brought me here because they said they could put me back in on the other side of Slave Falls, but there's nobody at the next dam, which was Point du Bois. There was nobody there to help me. So they said, it'll be really, really tough. You'll have to portage a long way and up a hill. And so they said, it doesn't make any sense to put me in there. So they said, we'll just take you round to the other side of Point du Bois, which is where I am now. So I did miss that. There's a few miles in between those two dams. So yeah, I missed that. But here I am. And I got here and all of my stuff's wet. It was raining, or it is raining, and so the last thing I wanted to do was set up camp in the rain. My tent's already wet. Everything's wet from today. So they just said, hey, look, we've got a yurt here, and why don't you take that for $70 a night? And I said, yeah, I think I'm going to have to. Definitely. Then Jason, who is up the river further. I'm going to be catching up with him tomorrow probably. He's been following the channel. I haven't met him yet, but he's been keeping in touch with me lately about the river and just giving me information. And because I'm assuming he was born and raised here because he knows a lot about the river. And he covered my bill. So thank you very much, Jason. Appreciate that, brother. And I'll be seeing you tomorrow. So that's where I'm at. I'm in a yurt here in Eagles Landing. It's not bad. It's kind of luxury compared to what I'm used to. Check it out. Don't look at my stuff. I mean, all my shit's everywhere, but otherwise, not bad, not bad. Even got a TV. I don't even know how those work anymore. Here's the old T-Dogger. How are you, buddy? Looking good, Chief. And this is where I am. Hey, it's stopped raining. I love these places. They've got a store there that nobody's at. It's all just done on honesty. So whatever you want, you just grab it and you write it down. You just write down what you took. It's all just done on honesty. So I'm so glad that places like this still exist, you know. Houston. Yo, you. What you doing? And guess what I'm having for dinner? Guess. Ooh, mama.
A little bit charred, but it's alright.
Now that is dinner right there. So normally I would never just eat a steak for dinner, but weirdly on this trip, it's perfect. Like, I'm loving it. Just only a steak, nothing else. But the other day I was at a campsite at, where was I? Otter Falls, and I met this lovely couple as I pulled in on the dock, and they gave me some fresh tomatoes out of their garden that they grew themselves. So tonight is steak and homegrown tomato. I overcooked the steak a little bit, but doesn't matter, it's so good. So once again, please like, share, subscribe, and say hi in the comments below. And if you want to support my channel in a bigger way, then please consider becoming a patron, where you'll get first opportunity to come sailing with me, real-time updates, and much more. Becoming a patron keeps the journey going and the videos coming each week, and none of this would be possible otherwise. Just click the link in the description below. And don't forget to check out my swag store at www.whatintheswag.com and get yourself some merch. Also, don't forget I'm a sailboat captain, so if you need a captain or crew, then head to my website. It's www.yachtdeliver.com. Fill out the simple form and I can deliver your boat or captain a charter in any location of your choice. Thanks for watching and see you next week.